The narrator opens the drama by telling us how darkness crept into the world, and from that darkness, evil spirits were born. They took over everything. But then, from the side of light, 12 angels arrive. Each one represents one of the 12 animals. They fight the evil spirits, defeat them, and seal them inside something called the Hell Mouth. But 4 of the angels are killed in that war. The remaining 8 are still alive, living among humans on Earth. We meet our first angel, Tysan. He's the symbol of the tiger, and right now he's working as a lone shark. He's visiting a prisoner named Youngsu in jail. Youngsu looks at him and asks who he is. Tysan says he's from Angel Capital. Youngsu says, "Oh right, now I remember. But what are you doing here?" Tysan says simply, "I gave you money. I'm here to collect." Youngsu says he has nothing right now, but will pay it back with part-time work once he gets out of jail. Tysan already knows he's lying. He tells Youngsu, "I've been a loan shark for 100 years. I collect from every criminal I lend to. You're no different." He wishes him good luck and walks out, then calls his colleague Subidol and tells him to post Youngsu's bail. We find out here that Subidol is also an angel. His symbol is the rat. Next scene, we see Tysan's loan shark company, where all the angels are gathered. Kongji is there. She's the dog symbol, and she's talking to a man who wants a loan. She tells him they only lend to criminals and thugs. We also meet Vongsang, the monkey symbol, working out at his gym, and Mousewek, the horse symbol, also working out. Then there's ISU, who's working on his computer. He pulls up a photo and shows it to everyone. They need to go collect money from this person. All of them head out. Meanwhile, a man named Morok calls Tysan. He's a human, but he's a detective and also the one who manages all the angels. Morok asks how he's doing and tells him to let him know if he needs anything. Tysan asks, "Do you need money?" Morok says yes. He came to buy clothes, but has no cash. Tysan transfers money to him right away. Next, we meet Tony. He's the pig symbol and works at a clinic. He basically eats all day long. Inside the clinic, we meet another angel, Wool, the snake symbol. She's treating a patient in her own very intense style, and her approach terrifies everyone. One patient bolts out, and another is desperately trying to escape. Tony walks over to Wool and tells her she needs to be gentler. She's scaring everyone. He then goes to calm down the frightened patient. Shortly after, the patient who was just treated by Wool sits up and says he's completely cured. He had neck and head pain for a whole year and nothing worked. But here, in one session, he's fine. He does mention he heard there are scandals at this clinic, but Tony insists they run an honest place. Wool is already moving to her next patient, and as we watch, the second patient quietly heals too. Next we see Morok finishing his shopping and going to visit one of the angels, Mare. She's the dragon symbol. Mare is teaching a class to children and telling them a story. The very same story about how angels and evil spirits fought, and how the evil spirits were sealed in the Hell Mouth. After class, Mare comes out to meet Morok and asks why he's here. He says he brought clothes for her. She says he must have gotten money from Tysan, and she doesn't want it. She also tells him she's made the mistake of misunderstanding Tysan before. Morok says not to worry. Tysan has so much money he uses it instead of tissues at home. But Mare says she's told him many times she's happy here and he shouldn't keep coming. Morok says it's his job to bring the angels together. You've been separated from your family for 10 years. It's time to come back. But Mare wants nothing to do with that conversation and walks away. Morok shouts after her. She doesn't stop. Youngsu gets out of jail and is sitting with his crew. Tysan calls him. Tysan asks how it feels to be out. Youngsu asks straight up, "Did you post my bail just to squeeze money out of me?" Tysan says yes, and I'm coming over right now. Youngsu tells his people, Angel Capital is coming to collect. Everyone get ready. Tysan shows up in his car, sees the army of people waiting for him, and just starts fighting. One punch at a time, he takes everyone down. Nobody can stand against him. He walks inside and finds Youngsu. Youngsu thinks about fighting, but changes his mind and just hands over the money. Tysan counts every note, makes Youngsu sign a document, and then takes his watch and ring too as extra. We then see Vongsang, Kongji, and Mousewek heading out to collect from another gangster. Subidol stays in the car and guides them remotely. Vongsang spots the place and tells the girls he can handle it himself. Go back. He tries to climb up and get in, but struggles. Meanwhile, Mousewek and Kongji just walk through the front door, and by the time he reaches the top floor, they've already taken everyone out. The gangster boss sees them and orders all his men to attack. All 3 of them fight back. The boss grabs the money and tries to run, and at that moment Tony walks in, eating. The boss asks who he is, but Mousewek appears, kicks the boss down, and that's the end of it. Now Tysan heads to a street food shop owned by Kamsung. She sees him and lights up. "Where have you been? I missed you." He asks how the shop is going. She says customers are lining up every day, then asks why he never talks about himself. How is he doing? She tells him he should join a gym and help innocent people since he's an angel. He tells her to keep her voice down. That's their secret. He reminds her that he gave up helping humans a long time ago. Kamsung starts telling him a memory. When she was in middle school, thugs came to their house, breaking things and about to hurt her, and her mother. Tyson showed up and helped them. He tries to give her money now, but she refuses. A nearby old man named Manbach starts hitting Tyson and complaining. How are you talking to her so casually? She's much older than. Tyson laughs it off and says he's known her since she was little. Manbach doesn't believe it, but then stares at Tyson closely. He recognizes him. You're Tyson? He's completely shocked. How are you still not old? Next we see Morok at the police station, watching a news report. A construction site uncovered ancient artifacts, including a mysterious stone. No equipment can identify what it is. Then we see a group of men approaching a cave-like location. One man cuts his hand and lets blood drip on the stone. Something stirs. They run to their leader and say, "We found Ugwu." Meanwhile, Tyson returns to his company and calls for his colleagues. No one answers. He goes inside alone and opens his vault. Inside, cash, gold, and ancient objects. On the other side, the leader has reached the cave and is attempting to open it. He tries different rituals. Something inside resists. He cuts his hand again, presses it to the stone, and then a wind tears through the space. And OK steps out. He is the symbol of the crow, and he is the head of the evil spirits. The leader, Samin, tells OK, "Welcome. I've been searching for you for thousands of years." OK looks at him calmly and grabs his throat. Samin says, "I need your power. Tyson and Mare are still alive. We need to end them." Back to lighter moments. Tony, Kanji, and Mousewet go for a run. Tony comes for the first time, but gets tired immediately and suggests they stop and eat something. While Tony is sitting and eating, a puppy runs up and starts barking at him. He tries to talk to it, but it just keeps going. He gets irritated and yells at it. The dog's owner runs over and asks what he's doing. Tony says the dog insulted him. It called him a pig. He can read animal minds. The two angels arrive, have seen everything, pull Tony aside and scold him. Tyson told them not to interact with humans. Why are you always creating problems? OK walks through the city. He sees people everywhere. At the same moment, Mare is walking to work. Both of them feel a strange sensation, an odd awareness, and they each look in the other's direction. Neither understands it. They just keep walking. OK sits in the park and remembers what Samin told him. We need to kill Tyson and Mare. All the angels are at a restaurant. It's Wool's birthday. Everyone is eating and chatting about Mare's upcoming exhibition. Wool shows off her new ID card. Everyone looks at it. Vangsang picks it up and starts teasing her. Wool just stares at him silently. Vangsang asks Tony what she's trying to say. Tony says, she wants you to come to her clinic and get treated. Everyone laughs. Vangsang hands the card back. Later, Mare is in a dream. She's near a cave where there's a kind of twilight glow. She sees a human figure but can't make out the face. The dream breaks. She wakes up. Two guys spot her on the street and start flirting, calling her hot and trying to get her to leave with them. She refuses. They get pushy. She beats both of them up and walks away. OK and Samin are standing somewhere high, looking out over the city. Samin asks, when this world was thriving, why didn't you stop? OK says he had no power. Samin says, but now you have a chance. When an angel killed Heat, 3 stones were left behind. If you find all 3, you'll get Heat's power. I'll add my own power to that too. The angels are living among humans with no real power. We can beat them. OK is suspicious. What if you betray me? Samin says he won't. He wants immortality, and this is his last chance. OK transforms into a crow, flies off. Back at the restaurant, all the angels are eating it. Someone asks why Tony isn't eating. He says that last night in his dream, a demon told him not to eat. Everyone else says nothing will happen. Just eat. Then they ask where the chief is. Subidal says he went to collect from a car company. We see Tyson. He's already dealt with them and taken the money. He sits in his car and looks at his antidepressant pills. They've run out. He calls his doctor and says he's coming in. Dr. Sangwon arrives and runs through questions, counseling session style. Tyson hands him money and says, that's enough. Now go. I need to rest. The doctor leaves. Samin's men ask, should we kill OK? Samin snaps. Are you insane? He's the only one who can find the stones. Then Samin gives some of his power to his evil spirits and changes their form, transforming them into something that can enter the human world through a door. The moment these evil spirits cross over, every angel's locket begins to glow. Morok tries to call Mare, but she's at her exhibition and can't answer. Kangji uses her power while seated and locates where the evil spirits are. They call Tyson. He doesn't pick up. Everyone is forced to go themselves. In the parking lot, Mare is walking to her car when her locket suddenly glows. Evil spirits attack her from behind. She fights alone for a long time, but can't stop them. Samin sits in his place watching it all live through a bowl of blood. The rest of the angels arrive and fight together, but without their real power, they don't get far. The battle drags on, and eventually all the angels start losing. Then Morok pulls up in his car, sees the situation, slams his magical staff on the ground, and the electric wave that shoots out freezes every evil spirit in place. The angels stare in shock and ask, how are the evil spirits back? We sealed them. Morok says he doesn't know, but they need to find out. Let's get out of here first. High up on a building, OK watches everything through his power and says quietly, Morok, it's been a long time. Samin also watches it all live. He uses his power to unfreeze one spirit. It goes straight for Morok, grabs him by the throat, and almost finishes him. None of the angels move forward. But then Vongsang leaps and kicks the spirit off, saving Morok. Morok raises his staff, but Samin vanishes that spirit. Now only one remains. Morok walks up and touches it. He can tell from the contact that Samin is behind all of this. Then that spirit disappears too. Okay says from above, let's go home. Tyson will be waiting. But Vongsang keeps looking around uneasily. Morok asks what's wrong. Vongsang says he's sensing a familiar energy nearby. Morok says he's not sure yet. He'll tell them Tysan and Wool are at the clinic waiting for the others. They keep calling, no answer. Finally, everyone arrives at the clinic. Wool heals them all and gets them back on their feet quickly. Tyson looks at all of them, then quietly steps away and sits alone. Morok comes over, smiles, and says something to him, but we don't hear what. Meanwhile, Wool is still treating. Mare starts to head out, and Kanji stops her, asking where she's going. Mare says, don't worry, I'll be back soon. Subidal wanders into Wool's herb storage and accidentally eats something that knocks him out. Wool heals him, drags him outside, and hits him. Vongsang decides to mess with an electrical machine and gets a shock. Wool shows up, saves him, and hits him too. She says nothing, but only Tony understands what she actually means. He translates her silence for everyone. Tyson then gathers everyone and they ask him, what is happening? Why are the evil spirits coming back? We sealed them in the Hell Mouth, but they were powerful and we're basically human now. We can't defeat evil spirits. We can't kill them. God took our powers to maintain the balance between good and evil. Morok pulls Vongsang aside and takes him to a restaurant. He tells him, did you notice how Tysan was looking at you? He wanted your help. He wants you to track down where these evil spirits are hiding. If you do this job, you could become the next chief. Vongsang first refuses, but then agrees, because he does want to be chief. Meanwhile, Tyson goes to his vault. He presses a button, goes down secret stairs to a hidden chamber. Inside, there's a magical circle. He falls into a flashback memory. He sees the 4 angels who died in the First War. Morok uses his staff and turns them to stone. He says, when the time comes, we will come together again. The rest of the angels weep. Back in the present, Morok tells Tysan, it's Samin's doing. Samin was once a priest. He's the one who turned heat into an evil spirit. Tyson says, but he was human. How can a human do all this? Morok says he doesn't know, but he'll find out. Tyson tells him, whatever happens, keep my family out of this. We're only human. We can't fight evil spirits. Next scene, Mare walks into Angel Capital. Morok sees her and lights up. You finally came back. Mare says sorry. She should have listened sooner. Tyson picks up a bag of money and heads to Kam Sung and Manbok. 2 men are secretly watching from a distance. Tyson hands them the bag and tells them, take the money and passports. You can't stay here anymore. Leave the country. It's dangerous for you here. On the other side, Vongsang is in a forest with a device that can detect evil spirits. No signal. Wool is practicing archery, aiming at Tony. He's terrified trying to stop her, but she was never going to actually hit him. Morok arrives at a lab. Forensic workers show him a stone. They say everything checks out, but this stone is giving off sounds. Right then Vongsang calls, are you sure there are evil spirits here? My device is picking up nothing. Morok says yes. The first evil spirit came from there. Just keep checking. Don't you want to be chief? Vongsang says yes, but he's scared. If Tyson finds out what he's doing, who knows what will happen? Morok says don't worry. That's on me. Just do your job. Next, Mare and the other angels go somewhere together. It's like an orphanage. Children run up to meet them. Meanwhile, Tysan is at home. The doorbell rings. Kam Sung and Manbok come in. All of them eat together. Kam Sung says she can't take the money. She can't leave her shop. It belonged to her mother. Her mother worked so hard for it. She'll run it until her last breath. This leads to a flashback. 3 angels are waiting for Tysan. He arrives and asks what's wrong. They explain, gangsters have taken over the market. They've occupied our land, and they're hurting people. We need to help. Tyson says, I already said we don't help humans. Let's just take our land back. At the market, the gangsters are smashing up shops. When they come to Kam Sung's shop, they start breaking things and tell her to pack up. She refuses. They hit her mother. Right then the angels arrive and throw everyone out. Tyson faces the gangster boss and says, this land is ours. The boss tells his men to attack. A big fight breaks out. Tyson one by one takes everyone down. He grabs the boss and says, you never change, do you? The boss asks, do you know me? Tyson says, yes. In a past life you were abandoned. I tried to help you change. You didn't. Kam Sung watches all of this and stares at Tysan, taking it all in. Back in the present scene, Kam Sung tells Tysan, it's fine. If the evil spirits come, you can protect us just like before. On the other side, Mare suddenly has a vision of the future. She sees all the angels dying. She gasps and pulls herself out of it. Kangji asks what happened. Mare says nothing. Okay is on a rooftop looking at one of the stones. He remembers Samin's words. Find all 3 stones. Take Mare's dragon soul, and you'll get Heat's dark power. Now we jump back many years. We see Tysan and Morok walking somewhere with a child beside them. Tysan asks who this is. Morok says his name is Heat. God combined the power of all 12 angels and created him. He will grow up and protect humans alongside. Tysan is suspicious. This boy doesn't look like. Over time, Heat grows up and becomes close to Tysan. They run together, play together, train together. Tysan teaches him, never reveal why we're here. Our job is only to help humans. Heat agrees. Together they fight evil spirits, Heat punching them just like Tysan. The rest of the angels eventually reunite at Angel Capital 2. All the angels are eating together. Mousewek asks Vongsang, where were you? Why didn't you pick up my calls? He says he was doing Morok's work. Subidal jokes. Oh right, tracking those criminals. And Vongsang plays along. Everyone laughs and keeps eating. Subidal brings money for everyone, but Kangji quietly takes a small cut from all of them so she can use it to help people in need. She always does this. Now we go into Samin's past. He's watching a scene play out. Tysan is fighting Heat. Heat vanished. He's dead. Samin is wounded and running. He falls. He looks up at the sky and freezes in shock. We don't see what he sees. Then OK appears beside him and taunts him. Have you ever smiled? If you could just laugh, maybe I'd find those 3 stones. Tysan has a dream. He's near the circle and sees pictures on the walls around it. Evil spirits are pouring out from those pictures. He wakes up in a panic and finds Morok sitting nearby. Morok tells him, that's too much drinking. It's not healthy. Then he shows Tysan a video. In it, OK has broken into a lab. He attacks everyone inside, takes the stone, and leaves. Tysan says furiously, I should have killed OK then and there. How did he even get here? Morok says Samin must have woken him up. We need to warn everyone so they stay alert. OK and Samin are standing together on a rooftop. OK uses his power, figures out. The second stone is in a garage somewhere. The next morning, a man at the garage picks up a stone. Evil spirits appear behind him immediately. Vongsang in the forest. This time his machine kicks on and gives a signal. On the other side, Mer and Mousewek are training. Mer accidentally activates her power. Mousewek asks if she's okay. Mousewek says she is. But I don't understand one thing. God took all our powers away. But yours is still with you. Is it because of the dragon soul you carry? Mer says she honestly doesn't know. She's confused herself. Mousewek says it's fine. Let's eat. She feeds Mer with her own hands. Mousewek says from now on they'll practice every day and eat together every day too. But Mare says she's not sure that'll be possible now that the evil spirits are back. Mousewek says it's okay. Morok will freeze them with his staff. Mare replies, he can't do much. He's only human. Mousewek asks directly, are you having visions? Mir lies and says no. Mer then gives Tony a small bottle. It's something that boosts power. There's only one. Use it when the time is right. That evening, Kangji spots Subidal sharpening a sword and asks whose it is. He says it's Mousewek. He's been working on it for days. Kangji asks where her sword is, and then asks, do you like Mousewek? He firmly says no. Outside, Tysan tells Mare he needs to talk to her. He takes her inside and asks, have you met anyone recently? Has anyone come looking for you? She says no. Tysan then tells her the truth. OK is back, and the evil spirits that came, they were looking for you. Mur is stunned. What do they want from me? Tysan says he doesn't know yet, but he and Morok will figure it out. For now, just stay home. Morok then calls the other angels together outside and tells them everything about Oak and Samin. Vongsang is still tracking evil spirits in the tunnel area. He sees them all moving into a tunnel. Then the signal vanishes. He suspects there's a hidden door inside the tunnel itself. Tysan stares at an old photo and falls into a flashback. Back then, he was ready to kill OK, but Mur stepped in and stopped, said don't do it. Tysan said, because of him, so many of our family were killed. He has to die. Mur used her power to try and stop it. It didn't work. Tysan moved toward Ok and said, today you die. OK said, you took everything from me. I have nothing left to lose. Right then, Morok arrived with Vongsang. Vongsang reported, evil spirits are inside the tunnel. At that same moment, Ok and Samin are already joining the stones together. Samin says, find the last stone. Get Mare's dragon soul. Then you'll have Heda's black power. OK says, but Tysan is always around Mare. That's a problem. Samin says, don't worry. He has no power now, and he's already sick and getting weaker. The other angels ask Tony, where's the chief? Tony says he doesn't know. In reality, both Tysan and Morok are heading toward the tunnel. Tysan tells Morok, stay behind me. I don't want anything to happen to you. Kamsung is at her shop chatting with Manbok. Then evil spirits arrive. Morok's pendant glows. The angels get a call. Signal is near Kamsung's shop. Tysan grabs the car and gets there fast. The spirits are about to attack Kamsung. Manbok jumps in front of her. Run! The spirits crush his neck and throw him down. Kamsung runs and hides in a subway bathroom. Tysan finds Manbok and asks, are you okay? Where is Kamsung? Manbok says the subway. Tysan rushes there and fights the spirits. Kamsung can't answer her phone. Spirits are right next to her. Tysan arrives just in time and saves her. He tells Morok, get her out. Morok takes her, but on the way out, spirits block the path again. The other angels arrive just in time. Mousewek says, There are more of us. We'll handle it. You go. All of them fight together, but one spirit is extremely powerful. It throws everyone back. As the other heroes try to get Kamsung out, spirits surround them again from all sides. Samin takes his men to Angel Capital. He breaks down the door. Inside, Wool and Mare are standing there waiting. This was Samin's plan all along. Distract all the other angels and kidnap Mare. In a flashback, we saw that Wool had prepared the power-boosting medicine she gave Tony. The female angels had gone on a picnic, and Myrrh had asked Wool about that medicine, because Myrrh herself had originally asked Wool to make it. Wool started giving it to Myrrh, but she said, "This isn't for me. Give it to Tony. One day he'll need it." Then her vision of all the angels being defeated flashed in her mind. Back in the present, Malswek and Tony are being overwhelmed by the evil leader. Then Tony drinks the medicine. It takes effect. His color changes. Smoke drifts from his nose. He feels strong for the first time. His power now matches the leader. They clash head to head. The evil spirits have surrounded all the angels from every side. Kamsung is getting weak. Morok holds her up while the other three fight back, overcoming the spirits. But the moment the angels think it's over and try to leave, the spirits stand right back up. This time they start overwhelming the angels completely. At Angel Capital, Salmon and his men attack Myrrh and Wool. Both fight back. Wool fires arrows at them. Salmon uses his dark power, one strike, and Wool collapses, unconscious. Then he knocks Myrrh out too and takes her with him. A demon starts attacking Kangji. Taisan arrives and destroys it. Vongsang and Subadal team up to handle the rest. Tony is still fighting the leader. Malswek finally lands the finishing blow and knocks the leader out cold. The injured angels return to the building and find Wool unconscious. Myrrh is gone. Salmon took her. They realize now that this was all one big trap from Salmon. Taisan's health begins declining fast. A demon had scratched his hand and the poison is spreading through his body. There's no medicine that can stop it. He could die. Taisan is panicking for two reasons now. The poison and Myrrh being gone. He says he knows where Salmon is hiding. He's going right, but Morok stops him and says, "Acting on emotion right now will only put Myrrh in more danger. We need to be smart about it. I'll resolve this as fast as possible." Then Vongsang says, "Why don't we open the Hellmouth? We'd get our powers back. Wool could save Kamsung, and we could all save Mare together." Morok immediately shuts down the idea. Opening the Hellmouth would release the evil spirits back into the world and bring chaos all over again. Then without telling anyone, Morok quietly takes his car and leaves. Vongsang sees him go. Meanwhile at a museum, OK has found the last solar stone. He arrives at Salmon's location. He gets a headache. He only gets that when Mare is nearby. Mare is being held in the same place. Looking at her, OK feels like he somehow already knows her, and that's because they did once love each other, but both have forgotten. This comes through in a dream Myrrh sees. She jolts awake from it. She's been locked in a room with iron bars and a magical barrier so she can't escape. Salmon walks in and casts a spell on her. She falls unconscious again. She's placed on a ritual table. OK puts the third stone in place, opens his wings, and the ritual begins. The stones float up. The dragon soul begins pulling out from inside Myrrh and blending with the stones. At the same time, Samin cuts his hands and drops his blood into water. Black energy rises from it and flows toward OK. Back at the building, the others all want to go with Morok to save Mayor Vongsang, tells them Morok has already left. He figures Morok went to the police station since there was a break-in there. But Tony says, why would he go there? He quit the police force long ago. Vongsang realizes Morok must have gone toward the tunnel. They quickly tell Taisan and head that way. Morok arrives at the tunnel with his staff. He sees markings on a wall, signs that show him this is where the portal opens. He places both hands on the wall and pushes every bit of strength he has into it. Blood pours from his mouth. The portal begins to open. Back at the ritual site, Samin wants those stones the moment the ritual completes. He plans to take them for himself. As the ritual nears its end, OK starts having flashes of moments he spent with Mare. His hands lose their grip. The stones fall. He collapses in shock. Samin quickly snatches the stone. Morok has come through the portal and arrived at Samin's hideout. Samin holds the stones to his chest. Heat's powers start flowing into him. The scar on his face heals. Once all the powers are absorbed, everything about him changes. He summons a sword from the air using his new strength. Morok has watched all of this with his own eyes. He asks Samin, how did you stay alive all these years? Samin replies, is a mere human really asking me that? Morok says, I'm not an ordinary human. I am the one chosen by God himself. One of Samin's followers tries to attack Morok from behind. Morok uses his staff and turns him to dust right in the air, then says calmly, when you're talking to someone big, the small ones shouldn't interrupt. The rest of the followers surround him. Morok says, before I deal with all of you, let me tell you 3 things about my staff. First, it can erase anyone by turning them to dust in midair. Second, it can make copies of. And third, well, some things should stay a surprise. Morok and his duplicates start fighting all the dark forces. He's genuinely enjoying it. Samin watches with his mouth open. Then Samin uses Heat's power and drives a large spike straight through Morok. So fast Morok doesn't even see it coming. At that same moment, OK regains consciousness. Another memory of Mare hits him. During a battle against evil spirits long ago, OK was badly wounded. Mare had tried to protect him from Tyson. Tyson had knocked Mare out and was about to kill OK. Then Morok arrived. He had erased all of Mare's memories of OK and told Tyson to take Mare and leave. He stayed behind to deal with OK. Watching Mare being taken away, OK was devastated. He wanted to go to her. His crime brought him judgment. His memories of Mare were also erased, and he was trapped in that mountain, neither alive nor dead. That was his punishment. Thousands of years ago, when evil ruled the whole world, Mare and Kangji picked up a signal that a dark force was nearby. They split up to find it. Somewhere nearby, OK had used his power to kill that dark force. Mare's signal disappeared, and neither of them knew where it went. Mare had told Kanji after. Before, dark forces only came out at night, but now they come at any time of day. Kanji said, "Come on, let's go." But Mare refused. She needed to see OK. Kanji warned her, "All the angels are against this relationship. If Morok or Tyson find out, there will be serious consequences. Don't break the rules. End things with OK today." But Mare didn't want to end it. Kanji reminded her, OK is a human. Protecting humans is our responsibility. That means we don't put them in danger. Now back in the present, Samin has taken down Morok. OK suddenly remembers everything about his and Mare's relationship. Samin has taken Heat's power. The moment OK realizes this, he attacks. Both Morok and OK are now wounded and on the ground. OK looks between them, who to help first. Then Samin attacks OK with his sword. OK pulls out his own and they fight. But Samin can't even scratch OK. OK hits him with his wings and drives his sword through him. Then he turns toward Morok, who is trying to wake Mare. OK grabs him by the throat. He says, "I'll make you feel the same pain you gave me. You stole my memory and imprisoned me forever." Morok tries to explain it was God's decision. But then Samin uses his magic and attacks OK from behind. OK survives thanks to his wings. He's shocked. He thought Samin was dead. Then remembers. Samin has Heat's power, which means he can come back to life. The moment OK realizes this, he grabs Mare and runs. Samin summons more demons with his power and takes them through the portal to unleash chaos on the world. On the road, Vongsang and Taisan are still heading to the location. Morok calls them. His voice is weak. Hearing it, they're both alarmed. He orders Taisan to open the hell mouth, and he gives him a warning. Samin has awakened Heat's powers, and he also needs Mare's dragon soul. If he gets it, no one will be able to stop him, not even angels at full power. They have to stop him before he gets the dragon soul. Morok says, "I'm sorry for leaving such a heavy burden on your shoulders before I go." The call ends. Morok dies. Vongsang and Tyson arrive and find him. They break down, especially Vongsang. He weeps over Morok's body. Morok is brought to the basement where all the angels hold his funeral together. Tyson places Morok's hand on his staff, and it fades away into light. Tyson remembers something Morok once said to him. After the First War, after losing 4 family members, Tyson's heart had filled with hatred for humans. He'd said, "Why should we sacrifice ourselves for them?" Morok had answered, "It is the duty of angels to give themselves for humans. That is who we are." With those words in his heart, Tyson makes a decision. He picks up a hammer and goes down to the basement where the hell mouth is. He swings the hammer again and again, striking the hell mouth. Blood runs from his hands. The other angels watch in stunned silence. Finally, the hell mouth opens. All the angels get their powers back, and everything sealed inside the hell mouth is also released. Dark forces burst out like black clouds and swallow the whole city. Tyson gives the order. Everyone prepare for battle. They have one day to end this and save Mare. Evil spirits and demons spread across the city. News broadcasts warn everyone to stay indoors. Samin is on the streets with his demons, and with the hell mouth open, he now controls all the dark forces. He uses his dark magic on people, possessing them en masse. Possessed humans start attacking others like zombies. Everyone is running for their lives. Meanwhile, OK falls into a hole with Mare, and they both lose consciousness. On the other side, Will uses her power to heal both of them. The angels gear up to find Mare and save the world. Flashback, thousands of years ago. The final battle, Tyson fighting Heat. He can't do it. How do you kill someone whose body is no longer in their control? Someone he spent so much good time with. Samin had used his dark magic to possess Heat's body, just like he's now possessing ordinary people. Morok had told Tyson there was no other way. The Heat they knew was gone. Tyson tried to stop Morok from finishing it, but Morok said, "This is God's order." Morok tried to use his staff on Heat, but Heat was so powerful he broke the spell and nearly killed Morok. The 4 angels rushed in to save Morok. Heat struck them, and they were all killed. Watching his family fall, Tyson killed Heat. The hell mouth was closed. All powers disappeared. All dark forces disappeared. Years earlier, Mare waiting for OK. He arrives, and they spend wonderful time together. Their conversation reveals, OK is an ordinary human, but God gave him the ability to sense soul stones and dark forces. Whenever something evil breaks loose, OK feels it and tells the angels, and they fight and defeat it. But lately, OK says, something feels off. I can't sense the dark forces clearly anymore. I feel watched. He mentions he started praying to God. Mare tells him that Morok is also just a human, but he prayed for years and years, and God gave him great powers. That's how he lives among the angels and fights alongside. OK's mind lights up. He'll do the same. He'll pray to God, get power, fight evil, and then he can be with Mare and the angels and won't have to be separated from Mare tells him no. Praying that devotedly for years is brutal. Fighting evil spirits is brutal. He doesn't listen. They argue. He knows the angels are already against their relationship. No one will support them. On Samin's side, he's ordered his 4 men. When the moon rises, the hell mouth will open. Spread the word. At the same time, darkness, the entity Samin worships, possesses Samin's body and comes to OK. It has been watching OK. Just as the angels call God the light, Samin worships the opposite, darkness. It tells OK, God won't answer your prayers. Why would God give power to someone like you? There is only one way to stay with Mare. I'll give you greater power than any angel. But the condition, abandon the angels and follow me. Darkness cuts its own hand and lets blood fall on OK. Darkness enters him. OK gains powers. Then Samin tells him, the angels are gathering at the hell mouth. I can't fight them alone. I'll need you, and we need Mare's dragon soul. The moment Mare's name is spoken, OK says, why should I take orders from you? Samin says, this is Darkness's order, not mine. OK looks at him and says, we're on the same side. But that doesn't make us equal. You read some small spells and think you're better than me? You take orders from me, not the other way around. Samin seethes. Then Kangji arrives and confronts OK. You've betrayed God. Mare, all of us. Why? OK says, I'm tired of God's rules. I want to live life by my own choices. Kangji says, it's not too late. Ask God for forgiveness. Come with me. OK refuses. Ask forgiveness from a God who never answered me and follow you. The ones who separate humans from angels? Your rules destroyed everything I had. Samin tells OK, kill her now. Kanji draws her weapon and makes one last plea. OK places his sword at her neck and says, for Mare's sake, I'll let you go today, but not next time. Kanji goes back and tells Mare everything about OK. Back in the present, OK is with Mare in the hole. OK regains consciousness, but Mare is still out. The dragon's soul flies in from somewhere and re-enters Mare. She wakes up. She remembers everything now. She asks OK, why did you betray us? He says, I didn't betray anyone, and he doesn't want to explain himself anymore. Mare leaves. OK tries to follow her, but from the fall, his body is too broken to move. The city is in chaos. People are attacking each other. A small child is running for his life. Morok's spirit saves the child in human form. The angels ride in a van searching for Mare. They pass possessed people attacking others everywhere. Tyson stops the van. Kangji uses her power and senses something strange in one building. She and Tyson go there. The other angels hold off the possessed people outside. Wool heals one possessed person. The possession breaks, and he's fine again. That means the possessed can be saved. Wool orders everyone, do not harm the possessed. They can be cured. Inside the building that Kanji led Tyson to, it's Youngsu. That same Youngsu from jail. A gangster in this life. A gangster in his last life. A gangster in the life before that. He's with his girlfriend. Possessed attackers burst in. His bodyguard fights them, but they keep getting back up. Youngsu grabs his girlfriend and runs. Tyson arrives and saves them. Outside, Samin tracks Mare to her location and surrounds her with his men. She fights back, but when Samin himself steps forward, she can't stand up to his power. He knocks her out and takes her straight to Tyson's building basement and begins extracting the dragon soul from inside Mare. The angels finish their fight and head to find Mare. OK suddenly steps in front of their moving van. They think Mare is with him. OK tells them Mare's life is in danger. Samin has taken her to the hell mouth. He's going to extract her dragon soul there and absorb all powers. You're the only ones who can close the hell mouth again. I need time to let my wounds heal. Buy me that time. After that, I'll handle this myself. Whatever he did wrong, OK wants to make up for it in his own indirect way. Meanwhile, Samin has already extracted the dragon soul from Mare and absorbed it into himself. Now he is unstoppable, almost. He goes to one of the stone covers of the 4 dead angels and cracks it open. Right then, all the angels arrive at Tyson's building, and they get the biggest shock. Their fallen brothers and sisters, the 4 angels Samin resurrected from the graves, are standing among the dark forces, completely possessed. All the angels know this is Samin's trap. Fighting their own family is near impossible, but they have to stop them without hurting. Mousewek attacks with her sword. All the angels start fighting the 4 possessed angels while on the outside. Vongsang creates a path to the basement for Tysan. He fights brilliant. Tysan reaches the basement and takes out Samin's men one by one. Samin offers Tyson a hand. Join me. I'll make you more powerful than you've ever been. Tyson answers by taking out another one of his men. Furious, Samin summons more and more demons, and they overwhelm Tyson from all sides. We hear the original story once more, how God sent the 12 angels for peace. Good was spreading, but darkness followed close behind, turning people into evil spirits. The angels fought them. Seeing this, darkness turned Samin and OK to its side, then possessed Heat to try and defeat the angels. But the angels defeated Heat, and the hell mouth was sealed forever. Now, all these years later, the same war has started again, and Samin is more powerful than ever. Tyson keeps fighting through the mob of dark forces around him, and every time Samin gets a chance, he drives his sword into Tyson. After defeating all the demons, Tyson turns towards Samin, who unleashes his dark power in one massive strike. Tyson collapses. This is exactly the vision Mare had seen. Upstairs, after defeating the evil spirits, the angels are still wrestling with the 4 possessed family members. Outside, all the possessed people are slowly surrounding the building. And OK, the moment his wounds heal, sprints down to the basement. Samin is moving toward Mare. OK slams into him and hurls him against the wall, beating back the demons with his wings. Samin draws his sword and fights him. He says, "Try to stop me. I have Heat's powers and the dragon soul. I will turn every human in this world into dark forces." He says, "If Mare is your only purpose, there is no place for you in this world." He hits OK so hard that OK can't get up. Samin starts using black magic to possess Mare, to inflict even more pain on OK. Mousewek's incredible swordsmanship puts down one possessed angel. Kanji and Vongsang team up against another. Well, fights the third. This one starts getting the upper hand. Kanji leaps in and takes that one down too. Now only the 4th and most powerful possessed angel, Hanu, remains. With his massive sword, he keeps everyone at bay. All the angels charge him together, and he still overpowers them. He grabs Vongsang and throws him. Vongsang hits the ground hard with deep wounds. Watching this, Will shoots an arrow into Vongsang. The moment it hits, his wounds close. He takes his 2 batons, clicks them together into one staff. He and Tony charge Hanu together, and finally, he goes down. In the basement, just as Samin is about to possess Mare, Tyson stirs and gets back up. He blocks the dark magic from reaching her. Now Samin comes for Tyson directly, because as long as Tyson lives, Mare cannot be possessed. Mare regains consciousness, but without her dragon soul, she cannot move. Samin swings his sword at Tyson. OK jumps in between. He takes the blow. Samin sees his chance and drives his sword through OK, then rips his wings off with bare hands and tosses them aside. OK's last word, whispered, is Mare. He's gone. Mare can only watch, tears running down her face. OK's death hits Tyson hard. He stands. He punches Samin. Samin is shocked. The power behind it feels different. Immense. Tyson's hand is glowing blue flame. It glowed the same way the last time he killed Heat. After Heat killed the 4 angels, Tyson hit him with that punch, and it ended him. Now Tyson hits Samin, and Samin flies backward, consumed by his own dark powers, burning to ash. The dragon soul returns and flows back into Mare. She holds OK's head in her lap and weeps. The other angels come down to the basement. The hell mouth is sealed once again. All the powers, good and evil, disappear. The black clouds lift from over the city. Every possessed person wakes up normal. No one remembers a thing. And the greatest gift, with Samin's spell broken, the 4 dead angels wake up. For them, it felt like waking from a very long sleep. Their bodies ached as if they'd been beat endlessly. But seeing them alive, every angel breaks into a smile. The news shows the black clouds clearing, the city returning to normal. Someone quietly leaves money at the orphanage gate for the children. That someone is Tyson. Everyone returns to their lives. The 4 newly returned angels are stunned by the modern world. The other angels help them, explaining technology, new customs, everything. Kanji takes 2 of the returned angels shopping and watches them stare in confusion at small modern clothing, wondering who could possibly wear something that tiny. Kanji just smiles. Vongsang is preparing to join the police force. He's realized that becoming chief was never really his path. He'll follow in Morok's footsteps and become a detective. Tyson buys a smartphone for each of the 12 angels and invites everyone to dinner at Kamsung and Manbok's new restaurant. They eat together, laugh together, and Kamsung introduces them all to her grandchild. In the middle of it all, Mare's thoughts drift to OK. She goes to the place where OK was imprisoned. Behind her, a dark energy appears. On the other side of the city, Tyson sees that same dark energy. He turns to face it, ready to fight. His eyes show us the truth. Darkness is still out here, still in this world. We see Tyson's building, destroyed and crumbled. On the ground, an angel's locket glows. The dark forces are back. Darkness goes down to the basement of the building, where OK's body was kept. OK's heart begins to glow. He is alive. And with that hint at Season 2, the series ends here.